Few golfers in modern history have relied on power off the tee as effectively as Rory McIlroy. The Northern Irish superstar has built a Hall of Fame-worthy career on elite driving, collecting major championships, PGA Tour victories, and countless accolades along the way. Yet despite all his success, one prestigious title continues to elude him: the Memorial Tournament at Muirfield Village Golf Club. Ahead of the 2026 Memorial Tournament, McIlroy opened up about why one of golf's most respected venues has remained such a difficult challenge throughout his career. According to the world number 2, the very weapon that has made him one of the most dominant players in the game is often rendered ineffective at Jack Nicklaus' famous course. Speaking to reporters before the tournament, McIlroy admitted that winning the Memorial remains one of his biggest goals. "There are a couple of tournaments that I would really love to win," McIlroy explained. "This one and Tiger's event at Riviera are probably at the top of that list. I've been fortunate enough to win at Bay Hill, but not while Arnold Palmer was still alive. I've always thought it would be special to win here and walk up that hill on the 18th green to shake Jack Nicklaus' hand." That iconic post-round handshake with Nicklaus has become one of the most cherished traditions in professional golf. Since the tournament's inception in 1976, the Golden Bear has personally congratulated every champion on the 18th green, creating unforgettable memories for generations of players. For McIlroy, however, reaching that moment has proven difficult. The reason, surprisingly, has little to do with his form and everything to do with the design of Muirfield Village. McIlroy explained that while the course is long on paper, it often discourages him from using his driver aggressively. "For being such a long golf course, I feel like it takes driver out of my hand a lot," McIlroy said. "I pride myself on that being one of my biggest weapons. The fairways narrow right around the distances where my drives would normally finish. It's frustrating because I feel like my biggest strength gets neutralized here." Those comments highlight a unique challenge that many modern power hitters face at Muirfield Village. Unlike some venues where distance creates a massive advantage, Jack Nicklaus' design forces players to think strategically rather than simply overpower the course. Throughout his career, McIlroy has been recognized as one of the best drivers of the golf ball ever. His combination of distance, speed, and accuracy has often separated him from the competition. His longest officially recorded drive on the PGA Tour measured an astonishing 427 yards during the 2023 Genesis Scottish Open at the Renaissance Club. That drive helped set up a birdie and showcase the explosive power that has become synonymous with his game. Even in recent seasons, McIlroy has continued to produce jaw-dropping numbers. Earlier this year, he unleashed a drive that traveled nearly 400 yards during the Genesis Invitational, reminding everyone why he remains one of golf's elite ball strikers. Yet despite possessing one of the sport's most feared weapons, McIlroy has repeatedly expressed concerns about his driving performance over the last year. Following the PGA Championship, he openly acknowledged that inconsistent driving had become a source of frustration. "I'm just not driving the ball well enough," he admitted. "It's been an issue for most of the year. That's frustrating because driving the ball well has always been something I take pride in." At Muirfield Village, however, the issue goes beyond form. The course itself is specifically designed to limit the advantage gained through sheer power. Significant renovations completed in 2021 reshaped many holes, narrowing landing areas and repositioning bunkers to challenge today's longest hitters. One of the best examples is the demanding 18th hole. The 480-yard par 4 features a strategic walnut tree that pinches the fairway and creates a difficult decision from the tee. Players attempting to avoid trouble often find themselves forced toward water hazards, making precision more important than distance. Several professionals have noted how difficult the closing hole has become. The combination of narrow landing zones, strategically placed hazards, and firm conditions means players must carefully manage risk throughout the round. Golf analysts have repeatedly highlighted Muirfield Village as one of the toughest driving tests on the PGA Tour. Missing fairways can carry severe consequences, and statistics have often shown a significant scoring penalty for players who fail to keep the ball in play. The rough is another major factor. McIlroy himself has described the rough at Muirfield Village as extremely penal. The thick mixture of Kentucky bluegrass, ryegrass, and fescue regularly grows to around 4 inches deep, creating serious challenges for players attempting to attack pins from off the fairway. Even golfers with tremendous power struggle when forced to play recovery shots from such difficult lies. As a result, many competitors choose to prioritize placement and accuracy over distance. For McIlroy, that strategy can feel counterintuitive. Rather than fully utilizing his greatest strength, he is often required to throttle back and rely on positional golf. While he remains capable of contending at the event, the course naturally reduces one of the advantages that typically separates him from the field. Despite these challenges, McIlroy has still enjoyed respectable results at the Memorial Tournament over the years. He has recorded 5 top 10 finishes and consistently placed himself in contention. His best recent performance came in 2023 when he finished tied for 7th after posting rounds of 72, 68, 70, and 75. In his most recent appearance in 2024, he finished tied for 15th. However, a victory has remained frustratingly out of reach. If McIlroy can finally solve the Muirfield Village puzzle this week, he would not only add another prestigious title to his resume but also experience the famous winner's handshake with Jack Nicklaus that he has admired for so long. Past champions have spoken glowingly about the moment. Scottie Scheffler described it as a special experience, recalling how Nicklaus had once predicted that he would eventually win the tournament. Patrick Cantlay has expressed similar admiration for the tradition. For McIlroy, joining that exclusive list would represent a meaningful achievement at this stage of his career. Yet while the Memorial Tournament is important, his attention is already beginning to shift toward an even bigger challenge, the upcoming U.S. Open at Shinnecock Hills. Before arriving in Ohio, McIlroy visited the iconic New York venue to assess course conditions. He came away impressed with what he saw but also offered a warning regarding the greens. According to McIlroy, the putting surfaces were already rolling at speeds between 11 and 11.2 on the stimpmeter, which he believes is more than sufficient. "I don't think they need to get much faster," he said. His concern stems from the weather forecast. With sunny conditions expected leading into the championship, the greens could become firmer and significantly quicker. Historically, U.S. Open setups have featured extremely fast putting surfaces, with last year's championship at Oakmont reportedly reaching speeds between 13 and 14. McIlroy hopes tournament officials resist the temptation to push Shinnecock's greens to those extremes. He believes the course already presents a stern enough challenge and would prefer conditions remain close to what he experienced during his practice round. As the golf world prepares for another major championship, McIlroy finds himself balancing 2 significant objectives. First, he hopes to finally conquer Muirfield Village and claim one of the few trophies missing from his remarkable collection. Then, his focus will turn toward capturing another U.S. Open title and adding to an already legendary career. Whether he succeeds this week or not, one thing remains clear: Rory McIlroy is still chasing new milestones, and the desire to add his name to the Memorial Tournament's list of champions burns as strongly as ever.